those that do not know what Teens Unit is a show for teenagers where we have different teenagers come on the show talking about different topics based on experiences that they have had in their personal lives. And we are back. So for today's episode, we'll be talking about mental health. Mental health in terms of overthinking. To join me in this conversation, I have with me Selma. Hi Selma, how are you?
Hi, how are you?
I'm very fine.
Thank you very much for having me today.
Thank you for coming. Like, it's such an honor.
It's a pleasure. It's a pleasure.
So Selma, tell me about your journey with mental health, your mental health journey.
Well, for me, it was really a difficult journey, but for who isn't it? Like, honestly.
Yeah, for who?
So, like, I think for me, I battle a lot with self-esteem.
Mm-hmm.
I was very insecure about myself. I don't know. I was just the kind of person. I'm just the kind of person who really judges myself on the stuff that I like to do, or just the person that I am.
Mm-hmm.
So I wanted to fit in,
Yeah.
and I wanted to be who everybody else wants me to be, or what I thought what people wanted me to be. So I was constantly changing. I was like a new person every year,
trying to please people.
and I'm really a people pleaser.
Wow.
So
Mm-hmm.
I would change myself constantly, and I would never be able to adjust with myself. So I wouldn't be happy with the person that I am, because I'm not. I'm like, I would be unhappy being somebody else, and I wouldn't be comfortable. But I felt
doing it.
But I felt like I should do it.
Yeah.
So it really used to beat down on me so much, and I would be bullied at school.
Yeah.
I never really fit in. I think I was just like, a different person, but who isn't?
Mm-hmm.
And so I didn't feel good about myself. I didn't feel good about the way that I looked.
So that put you in that space.
It put me in such a bad space. Like, I was constantly so sad. I remember there was a time that I started practicing self-harm on myself. And it was I don't know, it felt like I was moving away from, like, I was taking away the emotions and like making it a physical thing, and it was like better for me to deal with.
The emotion that you were feeling inside.
Mm-hmm. It was like better for me to deal with.
You wanted to basically feel what you were feeling inside physically.
Mm-hmm.
What caused that?
That was like, for me, my childhood. Like, my parents, I think also I was dealing with the fact that I would go to school and everybody would be like, oh no, my dad. And I'm like, this whole father, and I didn't grow up with my father, so I was like, I would feel so bad about that. And when my mom got married,
married again?
Yeah, no, she was never married. It was her first marriage.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so her and like my stepdad, he was abusive, so it was like a lot for me to take in.
Yeah,
like, he would blame me.
Yeah.
Everybody would blame me for everything that was happening. Like, sometimes my mom would they would fight, and she'd come and be like, oh no, it's just your fault, like, and all this kind of thing. And that made me feel so bad, and all these things were like in one ball, and I didn't know how to deal with it. So I just needed to sit and cry about it.
Really. I feel like I went through something similar to that, whereby it was my fault. Everything, my siblings drinking, it's my fault. Why am I not speaking to my siblings? It's like everything is just being bombarded on you. And it's a lot.
It is. It is a lot. Like, your mind, like, it's just, I don't know. It feels like you feel so overwhelmed because there's so much pressure to be something at home,
and to be this person that you're so young, yet they expect so much from you.
Like, I mean, your older siblings look up to you, your cousins look up to you, and then the people that you're being compared to, like, no, just be like that. Like, look at that. It's a lot as a teenager, and I think it's so common.
Yeah,
and
it's so common.
It eats away from many teenagers, and I think that's a problem for all of us.
So it's like you aren't even able to enjoy your teenage or be a child or do wrong things because you are expected to be already this person at such a young age.
Because it's like, when it comes to I think being a teenager is like you're really in the middle of everything. You're neither a child nor an adult, so it's like either somewhere somebody is pushing you to just be grown up, and it's like you're not there yet, or somebody's like, no, you're too young, and that's limiting you.
And it's guys, like, this is what you said right now is so true, because as a teenager you are in the middle, and it's like
you don't know what to do. If you do this for this group of people, it's wrong. If you do that for another group of people, it's wrong. So it's like we are put in a space where a lot is expected of us, né?
And like being in an African family, it's like mental health is not really a thing. It's like you're looking for attention, so nobody pays mind to it. There's nothing that's being done about it, so you really do not know how to deal with it, and this just becomes something that grows bigger and bigger.
And you know what, the other thing is that, because it's not something that you can speak about, people don't really speak about it, you cannot speak to your parents about it, friends are like party, you can't even talk about what you're going through. It's like something that you deal with on your own in your room.
Yeah, because you're expected to be okay all the time.
Yeah.
It's like smile or nothing, like be happy.
And it's like they expect me, like the only problem that we should have is like school. What else? You don't pay
like
bills.
You're smoking,
you don't pay bills, you don't do all of these things.
So
what
unfair.
Problems do you have?
Yeah.
But it's not
not
the
just
case.
that,
It's not the case.
Because you deal with everything, like everything that your parents do, their decisions affect you, and for some reason everybody expects you not to feel that. Like
But
if your parents are fighting at home, that is my life. But then everybody wants it to be like, no, that is their life and not yours. But again, this affects you.
It does. It really does.
That not being acknowledged, it's a lot for a young mind and somebody that's already confused with their body, with growing, with
So you were telling me about how you would constantly change yourself to be this person that you really weren't, in the aim of pleasing your friends or peer pressure, whatever. How did you get over that? How did you come to a point where you are like, the heck, bruh?
Yeah.
I'm doing me.
Yeah. For me, I think it happened really like when I was getting to the end of my school, my grade 12. Like, I just felt like I was doing so much, and I felt so overwhelmed. And that was like the time that I started going to church. And that was like me beginning my Christian life. So I was pleasing way too many people. Like I was going to school and I was trying to please those people. And those people are like, it's either I'm like too church person, and then at church I'm too worldly. It was like so much. And so I don't know. I was just like, okay, I'm so tired. I'm doing all this many things. Let me like just cut it and be me. Because at the end of the day, no one is going to be happy with you. Ever.
Seriously, you can do this, they will still not be happy. You can be who.
So whoever doesn't like you for you, whoever is not there for the person that you are, then they're not supposed to be there. Like if you have to please somebody, right? Changing yourself, who you are, you're gonna make people like you that don't even like you. So that is like fake love. You get what I mean? And then they're gonna be the people that really truly love you for who you are. You're gonna miss those people, and those people are the only people that are gonna be there for you. And like the other people that you're trying to please, as soon as something wrong happens to you or you are not perfect enough for them, then they all go. But those that truly love you for you are gonna stick by you. I think for me that's what I realized, and it helped me just move forward from
move forward and just be who you are. I feel like I also had that a lot in high school. I'm 20, guys, 21.
I'm a big lady, I mean, just saying.
Girl.
I
feel like that happened a lot for me in high school, whereby I felt like people expected me to be this perfect Christian girl. And whenever I would like simple things like me being excited about something and me jumping around, it would be like, shit, Masha Casey, what are you doing? That's not
like
you.
Chill.
And it's like it put me in such a box to be like this person that I really wasn't, and I was.
And I think
being
sometimes,
fake,
I think sometimes you kind of want to experience other stuff in life, and then people put you in this box. Like, I mean, just because I am a Christian girl, right, doesn't mean I don't want to experience just a little bit of life. I want fun too. I want to have fun, and just because I'm like that whole wild person, I'm an extrovert, doesn't mean sometimes I just don't want to be in a quiet place. You get what I mean? Like there's so many titles, so many. You either have to be this. It's like, and it's such a common thing in high school. It's like their titles literally, they're like, you are a bookworm, you're a bookworm. Like, stick to your books and nothing
titles,
else. Yeah,
they really are titles.
And that's just horrible.
Horrible, bruh. And another thing you were telling me about your child and how you were abused.
It was, I don't know really how to describe it. It was like I was in a bad space. Like, there was so many times when I really considered to just take my life. And I was like, I'll feel so bad because I'm like not strong enough to, take my life. So I would feel bad about that too. It was like and like being abused like at home, at school, like
and my home problems are the worst.
Honestly, like I used to say, I always tell people, I'm like, the way those kids get bullied in schools, like in the movies. That's like how my like, I'm not like saying somebody called me ugly or something. I mean, that's bad, but literally kids would beat on me. Like, I remember there was a kid that just used to beat me for no reason. She'd just come in the morning and beat me, and I'm just like, I can't fight to save my life. So I'm just like, what's going on? But it was, I don't know, all of this was so much. And then I came to church. And I learned to accept myself. I learned to forgive myself. I learned to love myself. It was like I had a purpose. I had something to work for. I knew
it was a reminder of who you are.
Like coming to Christ, knowing that I'm not expected to be some way, and all of this is gonna pass. Like, being in an abusive household, right? I did not. I had so much anger towards my mom, towards my stepdad, towards my family.
Bitterness,
like I was angry with everybody. And I think that's how I started acting out later on in life, because I was just angry. I was like, I wanted them to be as angry as I was angry.
You wanted them to feel the way that you felt.
Like, I was like, you guys, if I'm gonna be this angry and then y'all just gonna want me to smile and be happy when you want to be happy, that's not fair. So I really coming to Christ was for me key for everything. Like, just it taught me so much. Knowing God, it like it was a fulfillment. Like I felt like I'm being filled. And that's for me how I'm coping with this. I mean, it's a journey. We're still going through it.
It is a journey. Like mental health is a journey. Like, is it? People say one day you're good, the next day you're bad. Or do you ever get to a point where you're completely out of that space?
I don't know. I would like to know somebody else's point of view on that. But for me personally, I think this is what I tell myself, that in life there is happy, there is sad, and you'd like experience both of them. And the thing is, sad can easily overpower happiness because it's so addictive. It's like getting in a place where you just lock yourself in that sadness. It's like, it's so easy. It is so easy. Because easy. Happiness seems so unobtainable for many people.
When you are in that space.
Yes. It's like it's so far-fetched. It's like it's a dream. So we tend to just think life is sad, but it's not. Because if you think about it, you're happy one moment and then you're sad the other moment. But at the end of the day, this is 50-50. And I think that's from my perspective, that is how I look at it.
You're making me tear up.
I know. No, I really think that's how it is. I think there's gonna be happy times, there's gonna be sad times. Don't just allow the sadness to overpower the happiness. And also don't just ignore the sadness, because if you do not deal with it, it will overshadow everything. It's like, it's just a dark cloud. And
how do you deal with it? How does a teenager out there deal with it? Or how do you deal with it?
With sadness.
Yeah. How do you like make happiness overpower the sadness? Or
I don't try to make it overpower. I just try to experience those times. I treasure those times. Like I take it in. Like if it's happening, I'm happy right now. I'm with my family. We're happy. I experience it and I treasure that moment. Like I take it all in.
Oh, you are like in the moment.
Yes. Like I believe like I'm just like always in the moment. Like if I'm sad at that time, right? I speak to God about it. I pray.
Yeah.
Right. Because it needs to come out. You need to feel it. And I think with many teenagers, they tend to want to do other things And I did that similar. Like, I started to party and, drink and go out because I wanted to not feel that. So it was like, I was never sad. Like, I was that person, and I'm a smiley person.
And you didn't want to be sad. So you do all these things to sort of make you happy.
Yeah. And I'm such a smiley person. So I thought I was not sad because I will be smiling constantly. You would think I was never, ever, ever in my feelings. But like...
And that's how a lot of teenagers are, making other teenagers that are actually in that space to feel like everyone is happy.
Yeah, everyone is happy,
Why
but
am
not
I
me.
like this?
Yeah.
Not
But the thing is,
that
you just need to accept that everybody feels sad, everybody feels happy, sometimes you feel angry. These emotions must not just weigh like out the others. Like, because I read a book once and it was like about balance in life, and it was like, if anything that becomes more than the other, anything that overpowers the other thing, it's like it tears down on you. It's not good. Imbalance is not good. The devil likes imbalance. It's like he works on... If you're too happy, you know what he will do? He will make you feel like, okay, no, I can go to God. Like, I'm good. My life is fine.
Yeah.
You get what I mean? He can work with anything.
Too much of something is not good.
Too much of something is not good. So I think that's it. You must just find a way to just be in balance.
Wow. Sure, I literally just want to hear you talk all day. Like, legit, bruh. So, would you do anything differently?
No.
Nothing.
I think I wouldn't. Because if I try to change certain things, and I've thought about it, I'm like, if I had a different childhood, if I had different parents, maybe my life would be better. But I wouldn't
to think about that. Yeah.
But I wouldn't be the person that I am. Like,
yeah.
I think all of these things made me the person that I am today, and it's still helping me to become a better person. Because if I just had parents that were okay, if I was from a good house, just no problems whatsoever, I would be so naive. Like, I would just not be where I am. Like, I would just like not even consider anybody else's feelings. But this helped me consider not saying certain things because it can trigger somebody else. Like, it makes me consider it. Yeah. So I wouldn't change anything at all.
This reminds me of a time that I heard Pastor Winana Roy Nyambe from Alalia Ministries talking about the question. He was asked a question. What is the one thing that you would change? Like he's whatever age he is. So what is the one thing that he would do differently? And he was like, no, the good and the bad. I wouldn't do anything differently because literally it all led up to who I am today. Literally the same things that you are saying right now. And I used to feel like, okay, maybe if I was like this, or if my parents had this, I would be better. Or if I had this, or I didn't have this, I would be better. But then it all leads up to your purpose.
And I think it also comes to acknowledging that, no matter what you go through, right? Everybody goes through something. Yeah. It doesn't matter what circumstances you think are better. That is how we come to ignore other people's feelings. Because you think, no, this girl has her mother, her father, they have money, she goes to a good school, so she must be happy. Like, why is she not? Why is she
she's
sad?
maybe being abused by her boyfriend.
There's like so many things in there. Like, and sometimes it's not even. Sometimes it's just her going to school and she's not doing well in school and she's not happy about that. But because we tend to want to make our problems bigger than other people, we push other people away and we break down.
We undermine their problems and make them feel like,
and that just doesn't make us any difference from, like, how adults look at us teenagers. They're like, problematic kids, they just want attention. They just want to act out, but it's not really just like that. And that's how we just end up being the same, and it's a cycle. It just becomes a never-ending cycle of not understanding one another because we're not acknowledging that whatever anybody else is going through is also something.
Sure. That is so deep. So is there anything that any last remarks that you would tell somebody out there that's in that same space that you were in? They might be going through something different, but same space.
I would like to tell anybody out there, right, that no matter what you're going through, I just want to let you know that God has got you. He is there by your side, irregardless of what you're doing, how you're feeling. You have the right to feel those emotions. You should deal with them. They do mean something. And if you don't, it will really break down on you. So I just want to let you know that you're strong. You can do it. You can go through it. There's nothing that's bigger than you. Just find your way of dealing with it.
Thank you so much. And just to add on that is that you will not get problems that God knows that you will not get through. You understand? Like, He will not give you something that He knows that you cannot handle.
No, never.
He won't.
Ever.
So meaning that whatever you're going through, you can handle it. So, and it's for the greater purpose that the Lord has for you and for your life. I don't mean to make this spiritual, guys, but yeah. Just
it's all just a battlefield. It's all a battlefield where, we're just all fighting to get somewhere. We're all gonna get there.
Yeah.
Because, we're not doing this alone.
Not at all.
It's a good thing you're not alone.
Yeah.
Yeah. We're all
Thank you so much for coming. I enjoyed this conversation. I learned so much.
No, you're welcome, and I'm so thankful for this. Thank you for this opportunity. Yeah.
There you have it, guys. Please stay tuned for next week Saturday for our next episode. I hope you guys enjoyed. I personally learned a lot, and I hope that you guys learned a lot too. Without any further ado, bye. So we're back, guys.
Have I ever smoked weed?
I haven't. I'm so boring.
I have. Next question.
Never have I ever slept in a bed with 2 or more people.
I have.
Guys, we suffer in Africa.
Siblings. Never have I ever snuck out of the house.
I have. To meet a boy.
I actually haven't. I didn't sneak out. I just went out.
Never have I ever been kicked out of school.
I was suspended from my grade 12, first year.
I haven't.
Never have I ever kissed multiple people in one night.
I haven't.
Me neither. No.
Yes, queen. Never have I ever given someone a fake phone number.
We're girls and we live in Africa. Okay.
All the time. Even a fake name. Even a fake name.
Never have I ever given someone... Oh, wait, no. Peed in the shower.
I have. I used to do that all the time.
When I was
small. Younger.
Yeah.
Just a disclaimer, when I was younger.
Or in the pool. Never have I ever... Let's get... Okay.
Never have I ever stolen something.
I have sweets.
Cool drink from the fridge. My father's cool drink.
From a mini market. Never have I ever slept all day. I have.
I feel guilty sleeping all day.
I have.
I bet I have.